What has happened, everybody? James Hancock here. I am beyond fired up because right now we're about to watch the trailer to David Cronenberg's new movie, Crimes of the Future. And I'm excited for many reasons. Let me just articulate a few of them really quickly before we dive right in. But I was watching a video recently by Robert Meyer Burnett, where he was describing having read a version of the script that was floating around back in the 90s when he was a reader. I think at CAA. And the shit he describes in that screenplay, it's so hardcore and so insane. It seems like this might be the most, I don't want to say offensive, but the most provocative and shocking movie that Cronenberg has tried to make since Crash. And Crash is one of my favorite movies by Cronenberg. I recently did an interview with Bill Scurry where we were singing its praises, and I'll post a link to that video in the show notes below. And I've also done videos in the past celebrating my top 10 favorite Cronenberg movies. He's one of my all-time favorite directors. I've been watching his movies before I even knew who he was by name. I saw The Fly when I was like 9 or 10. I had no idea who Cronenberg was. But now I think he's one of the great visionaries of the last 50 years. If you were to say, hey, who's your favorite director of the last half century? He's always going to be in that conversation. My brain's going in a million directions at once. But I want to say real quickly is that he's not just like a film nerd who makes movies that are love songs to other movies that he loves. He comes from like a pre-med background, and he brings so much authenticity and like scientific rigor into his horror films and into his science fiction films, or even to just like his full-blown just like erotic thrillers. They take his movies into terrain that so few filmmakers are courageous enough to explore. And I find so much of today's cinema to be so risk-averse and so boring. It's just bland, flavorless crap made for the whole family to kind of go, just you watch it, you shit it out, you're done, you move on. David Cronenberg makes movies that stick with you for your entire life. Do I like all of his movies equally? No. But he's got that run from Shivers up through Dead Ringers is one of the best hot streaks that any director has ever produced. And I've liked his 21st century movies as well. Movies like Eastern Promises and History of Violence. His last two maybe disappointed a bit, but when you look at the cast for this, you got Viggo Mortensen, one of his closest buds who he's worked with many times. You got Léa Seydoux, one of the most beautiful women in the world, who takes one big swing after another, working with really groundbreaking filmmakers. And her courage on screen is not to be denied. And then you got Kristen Stewart, who started out as like this kind of teen pop star doing these stupid Twilight movies. But if you look at her career over the last 10 years, she almost like Robert Pattinson, very systematically and deliberately has tried her best to hunt down some of the best filmmakers in the world. And for every kind of cheesy mainstream movie that she does, she'll do 3 or 4 other movies that are really exciting and provocative. Movies like, I'm looking at her list right now, movies like Personal Shopper or Clouds of Sils Maria. These movies are off the beaten path kind of films. And if the reports are to be believed, the last like 20, 30 minutes of this movie are just going to have people fainting or walking out. And I don't know the full premise. You'll have to watch that Robert Meyer Burnett video to get the full details. But it's loosely inspired by some performance artists from the 70s who, I think they would like remove organs or do surgeries in public where people would faint. But this is a sci-fi scenario where Léa Seydoux apparently like in the nude is like removing superfluous synthetic organs, or I lack the words to capture the plot properly. So maybe I should just watch the trailer and let the great man himself show us what it's all about. And also, just by the way, Neon, they keep doing amazing stuff. Apart from A24, Neon's one of the coolest production companies. Are they a production company or distribution? I have to check. Anyway, Neon, they always put their name on great stuff. But let's start this trailer in 3, 2, 1. So excited.
It is time to stop seeing. It is time to stop speaking. It is time to listen. It is time to stop seeing. It is time to stop speaking. It is time to listen.
Oh, gnarly.
Listen, 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 listen.
getting echoes of Naked Lunch in here as well. That's cruel and unusual punishment, having that teaser be only a minute long. I need like a 10-minute trailer, but anyway. I guess if you're trying to build up anticipation and excitement, showing nothing, just a few flashes. I wish I checked the running time before even doing this reaction. I thought we were going to get more of a comprehensive view of the film, but fuck it, I don't care. Any opportunity or excuse to sing Cronenberg's praises, I will always leap on it. I think it's safe to say that of all the movies coming out this year, this one just rocketed to the top of my most anticipated movie. And if it's playing at Cannes, that means it'll play at Toronto. That means it'll play at the New York Film Festival. So hopefully I'll get a chance to see it at the New York Film Festival in September. I'm not sure what the release date is for this movie, but David Cronenberg, he is like 150,000 years old at this point. If he's going to go out, this is the perfect movie to kind of end his career with. Which, I mean, if you count his short films, I think his first short films, maybe 69 or 70. I've seen some of his early short films, and they're really cool. I think maybe the short film of his that I like the most, let me just double check his list real quick. Yeah, it's definitely Stereo. I've only seen it once, but it made a huge impact on me. I saw it for the first time getting prepared for my David Cronenberg Top 10 video. But for those of you who have not yet seen that video by me or are just curious about David Cronenberg, because I know there are people out there who have never seen David Cronenberg's movies, and the good news is, I'm not going to shame you, the good news is you have this giant filmography in front of you waiting to be explored that will absolutely blow your fucking mind. And I guess going backwards, I enjoyed Maps to the Stars. The Nest is a cool short film. I recommend The Nest. Eastern Promises is pretty goddamn hardcore. You get to see Viggo Mortensen fighting a bunch of guys to the death, buck-ass nude with his ding-a-ling flying around. History of Violence is pretty hardcore. I love Crash. I mean, it's based on a J.G. Ballard novel. It's one of those genuine kind of fringe art house movie that will take you into new terrain. Naked Lunch is fascinating. Dead Ringers, I think, is his best movie, 1988. Absolutely required viewing. And prior to that, you just have the great body horror era of his career, which includes The Fly, The Dead Zone, Videodrome, masterpiece, Scanners, classic horror movie, The Brood, essential horror movie. Fast Company is not a horror movie at all. It's just a car movie, but worth a look if you like cars. And then, of course, you got his early features, Rabbit and Shivers, which are both fantastic as well. I mean, he is one of our great visionary filmmakers who just came out of nowhere and invented his own style, his own genre. And I just love the fact that these really dynamic actors have teamed up with him to bring his career in for a safe landing. And they're like, you know what, fuck it. We're not going to make some talking dog movie. We're not going to make a movie about a guy on a road trip with a child and learning to get in touch with their feelings. We're going to make the most hardcore, insane, disturbing sci-fi horror film imaginable. And I'm in. I'm so fucking in. So hope y'all enjoyed this reaction. I don't know how other people are feeling. But man, there's nothing else. I guess the only other movie on the horizon that I'm almost as excited about is Andrew Dominik's new movie with Ana de Armas about Marilyn Monroe, which is the first NC-17 movie being made by Netflix. They have posted NC-17 movies before, but they're leaning all the way in on just a very different take on Marilyn Monroe's career. That I'm really excited to see as well. So yeah, there's some cool adult cinema on the horizon. So maybe I'll have to stop talking so much shit about the infantilization of cinema, because there are a few geniuses out there still trying to do interesting, groundbreaking work. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video, because I'm off to see the movie Duel with Karen Gillan in the very near future, which I'll be reviewing either later this evening or tomorrow morning. But hope you enjoyed this reaction. If so, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment in the comments below. And we'd love to hear from y'all what your favorite David Cronenberg movies might be. But thanks so much for watching. But more importantly, as always, onwards and upwards.